Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's Peter Williams here, and I wanted to jump on and share something that I just utilize myself. I operate with many different modalities with my clients, and one of the modalities is breathing. Uh, and why I'd like to share this is what I found earlier on was I started to get a bit of brain fog as I sat down to focus on doing some work. Now, what I like to provide is an understanding of what's going on in the body for people, because that's where real empowerment comes from. I know in the past, years ago, if I was experiencing brain fog, I would have just thought there was something wrong, or I would have tried to push through. Whereas now I understand the physiology and the science behind it. So the powerful tools that I utilize that I would recommend for you to investigate within breathing are one, the Wim Hof method, and two, Oxygen Advantage, which I'm certified in. So that involves derivatives of Buteyko and Breathe Light and some of those elements. So what these breathing methods do, they help to decrease levels of inflammation. They help to increase the amount of oxygen that is absorbed in the cells around the body. Brain fog is typically from some sort of inflammatory response in the body. Now, for me, it was because I had decaf coffee. Now, I could give the long story of my health journey, but to give you the shortcut, as I've discovered what's been going on in my digestive system, there's a bit of weakness there. So there's some foods that can tip me over the edge in terms of what the body can handle. And when it's tipped over the edge, particularly with decaf coffee, it's actually a more of a fermentable food, which can be high in histamine, which is what I discovered. That can then lead to brain fog. Now, for some people, it could be gluten, it could be dairy, it could be whatever there is in the environment. That's a whole other conversation. But what I knew in that moment when I had that brain fog and that lack of clarity was, okay, cool. How do I decrease inflammation and increase oxygen? And that's what Wim Hof does. Wim Hof, when I've looked at the science, it actually switches off or down-regulates pro-inflammatory cytokines. Now, in English, what is that? It's one of the signaling molecules of the immune system. So a signaling molecule in the nervous system is neurotransmitters. A signaling molecule in, say, the endocrine system is a hormone. And the signaling molecules in the immune system, which is what drives inflammation, that's pro-inflammatory cytokines. So Wim Hof is able to down-regulate that, fortunately. Now, as I utilize Wim Hof, though, something that as you explore and get to know more about it for yourself, it actually does release adrenaline, and it can put a bit of load on the adrenal glands. So what I decided to do was only 2 rounds of Wim Hof. What I find is if you do 3, 4, or 5, it's important to make sure you've got plenty of juice in the tank. You've got plenty of vitality in the body for you to get the benefit. Otherwise, you can actually tire yourself out. With Breathe Light, what I knew from engaging in the Oxygen Advantage protocol that I teach clients, that fundamentally increases levels of carbon dioxide. Now, you would have heard of oxygen and carbon dioxide. When you have high levels of carbon dioxide, you're more able to absorb more oxygen. Essentially, red blood cells carry around oxygen. They're like the post fans of the body. And the oxygen is like the post of the post fan. And what carbon dioxide does, it allows the oxygen to be released throughout the body. So if the body's having to go and deal with inflammation, there's going to be less emphasis on oxygen being delivered into the cells, correct? So that's why I utilize these 2 methods, and that's why I feel sharp as a tack right now. So I hope this has been of use. I'd love to hear any comments or anything that you utilize for for brain fog or fatigue or anything of that nature. And I look forward to speaking with you soon.